Hey, where you from?
I'm from Do or Die Best Style.
Yup.
Well, where you at?
I'm in the BX Bronx.
I'm out you out on
projects,
bail.
man.
I'm out on $3,500 cash bail.
For what?
For what? From selling my methadone to an informant.
What? They told on you? How you feel about snitches?
How I feel like snitches?
How you feel about snitches?
I'll kill a motherfucker. And here go my meth right here.
You still got that shit? Still?
Damn right, I ain't selling it no more.
You wish you gonna keep it yourself?
Take it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yo, I hope y'all get big.
You get busy?
I hope y'all get big.
All right.
Please.
Praise Jesus.
Alright?
All right.
I ain't them niggas you gotta warn what you gonna say. See, a lot of them niggas don't know how to talk, man. They're not real intelligent. You gotta excuse them. But me, you can just be like, I'm media trained.
Go in.
My influences out of Philly is like a lot of the people I'm influenced by. Like it's not a lot of the mainstream niggas. I'm influenced by just niggas from the streets, niggas who just get it how they live. Like when it comes to the music, my influences probably would be anybody who made it from Philly, because I feel like Philly is the hardest place in the world to make it from. Like, I know everybody feel like that about their city, but in Philly, like, it really is, the odds is against you, you know what I'm saying? So, I definitely always pay homage to Beanie Siegel and the whole State P. Of course, my brother Freeway, you know what I mean? Like, you know, fucking Young Chris to me is one of the best rappers, period. Meek Mill's got shit on fire. That's my nigga. He got the hottest record in the world this summer. I'm a boss. He from Philly. I'm inspired by young niggas too. I'm inspired by anybody from Philly that made it, dog. All we from the beginning of shit, talking Schoolie D, Cool C. But all the niggas who kept it wavy during the DVD era, like I never front on them. Like Reed, Dollars, my Touch Money niggas, all the niggas who up to like you brought up Tech 9 off camera, who holding it down on the battle shit. Like that's Philly, so it look good. Like when he out there doing what he doing and he repping Philly and killing shit, it's good for everybody and it bring revenue. Just like in New York, when a nigga in New York win, that's not just good for that nigga in his camp. A lot of niggas don't see it like that, but when a nigga win, motherfuckers is copycats in this industry. It's just like look at these goofy looking niggas who winning now. One goofy nigga win, now everywhere you look is another nigga coming up who don't dress how we would normally dress and shit like that. That's because they winning. You can't be mad at it. So, you know, anybody from Philly that ever fucking made it, I'll be here all day shouting niggas out. But you know the obvious names. Like,
Let me ask you a question. So how is like the brotherhood in Philly amongst the rappers? Like is dudes is like on the dude geographic. I know New York tends to be a geographical place.
Yeah.
So how's Philly? I mean,
man, it's crazy because it's like that everywhere. Like that's just regular shit. You can't never be mad at that. That's like in high school. Certain niggas go to different schools. You know, you fuck with whoever you fuck with. Philly is way smaller than New York. Don't get it twisted, but we got West Philly where I'm from. We got North Philly, South Philly, Southwest. Germantown, yeah. So it's broken up. It's broken up. But it's not so much of a nigga from South Philly don't fuck with a nigga from North Philly on a rap shit. Now that's not really the rap shit. But it is certain little cliques and niggas who fuck with each other more than each. You know, they fuck with other niggas, but that's no big deal. You know, niggas gotta get it how they live. Like, I don't really be trying to hang around niggas just because they rap. A lot of the niggas around me, like the same niggas in my video that I shot yesterday, was the same niggas in my video from 4 years ago. So I'm not just gonna start rapping and popping and fucking with new niggas and all. Like, I fuck with real niggas, period. Whether you from Philly, New York, Jersey, wherever you from, I'm fucking with real niggas. But as far as the geographic niggas, it's definitely little cliques and shit, but niggas respect niggas. Everybody know who everybody is. If you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know, you give it up for niggas. Especially for me being from Philly. Like, I'm never gonna be out of town and dissing a nigga from Philly. Like, that shit is whack. I never would be like, oh, we don't fuck with him or none of that. I fuck with everybody. Like, if you're doing your thing, all the niggas that's winning, I fuck with. I'm blessed with that. Like, you know what I mean? There's nobody that's doing good from Philly right now that I have any issue with, and they from different parts. Like, Meek from a different part than me, Freeway from my hood, but you know, Young Chris from another hood, he from Nicetown, but I love Young Chris music. I ain't on no, I can't fuck with him because he ain't from my part. Or the same thing with Meek, or the same thing with Tech 9, he ain't from my part, but that's my nigga, so we fuck with each other. Like, it's the individual, you know what I mean? Every town got clowns and suckers, every town got good dudes, and I try to tend to associate myself with the good niggas. Fuck your raps, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's about who you are, so that's how we do.
how do you start rapping?
For me, it was like a different hustle than a lot of people. For me, it was almost like how you said about getting influence. Rapping wasn't always the cool shit to do when I was a young boy. Like right now, being a rapper is like the cool nigga. But when I was coming up, that wasn't how it was until certain niggas broke the door down, like Beanie Siegel on state property. I think they made us see that it was real when you could get money from this shit. So I kind of like took my interest a little bit. I'm a hustler more so than I'm a rapper. I don't never front. Like I'm not really like a like an MC. I wasn't one of the niggas who was studying knives and all that shit when I was little. I was a hustler, like, and I just wanted the opportunity to do something, to create opportunities for myself, my family, my crew. And this is the path I chose, and it's working out good for me.
Like, what was your first year when you started? Like, when you got in the game, like, when was the first year you like? I know you probably been rapping for a minute, but when was your first year of noticeability as far as the public eye outside of Philly? What would you say was that incident or that song? What was it? What brought you to the limelight, to the forefront?
It was a lot of different things for me. Like I'm you know, I can't front like a lot of people say. You know, like I'm a product of like one of the internet got me popping a lot. Like from like MySpace and shit. Like I used to have a real popular MySpace page with the music, and the ladies used to fuck with me hard. Like I used to have. Even now with Twitter, if you look at a lot of rappers' Twitters and you see like a lot of all the rappers retweet when people say shit to them, that's good. I don't see too many niggas in my level and my bracket that get the love from the ladies I get. So the women always been big on fucking with me. Always kept a professional look, from my pictures to my videos to everything. I tried to make my shit look polished. Like you just asked me off camera, was I signed? People been asking me that for a long time because I always carried myself like a nigga who was on. I always spoke like a boss. I always carried myself like it ain't no footage of me looking fucked up. Ain't no footage of me looking like I'm struggling. I always, since day one, came out fresh. Came out talking greasy, talking heavy, talking confident. So niggas always looked at me like in a different level, but I mean, I can't really think of an exact moment, but the internet and the media has always embraced me in a way that a lot of artists can't say. You know what I mean? Like I just was doing an interview on the radio just now and I was telling them like in Philly, I've been in the Philadelphia Daily News over 30 times for my music and different things I do in the community. I spoke at City Hall at the mayor's office twice. I brought the mayor to my block. You know
John Street?
No, he not our mayor no more. Mayor Nutter now,
okay.
Michael Nutter. But I had our mayor on my block, like that's unheard of. Like calling me by my rap name, really out there in the hood, you know, shit like that, and you know, being on the news in my city, you know, numerous times, and the different things I do from the clothing drive. So I just did an all-star basketball game, gave away book bags. You know, I try to do different things that make me stand out more so than a nigga saying, oh, I got popping off this freestyle. I got different moments that help me in different regions, like you know, like. A nigga in West Virginia might fuck with me from when I came out there and shut it down at the Marshall game. With New York niggas was saying me, you know, on the Sub-Zero DVDs going crazy, or K Slade been supporting me super heavy, you know, for a while now. Flex been supporting me. There's different ways motherfuckers that know who you is, but the internet is definitely probably like my key. I can't front on that, you know what I mean? From my controversial shit to my positive shit to my music to my interviews, the internet was my platform before I was ever on the radio or any of that shit. So that's always gonna be big for me. And of course the street DVDs, from the Philly DVDs all the way up to me coming up here, doing all this shit up here, killing all this shit up here, from not just Sub-Zero, but Crack Life DVD joints, 187. I go down East New York, all of the projects, run around with the homies down there. You know what I'm saying? Go to Big Old Block, smoking LOCs on Big Old Steps, shoot the video with Big. Got Busted Dead, running around Brooklyn with Mike Beck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm real big on being in the communities wherever I go. When I go to B-More, I'm with Rico Reed. You know what I'm saying? When I go to motherfucking DC, I'm with Fast the Big Fella. When I go to Miami, I'm
no
with
security.
Yeah, like niggas will tell you.
I see you now, no security.
Everywhere I go, Manassas, Virginia. I just got back from VA, West VA, Pittsburgh, come right to New York. I ain't even been home yet. One of my C's was calling my phone. I was on the radio just now. I gotta hurry up and call him back. School started tomorrow with my baby, so I'm right back in town. But I grind like nobody don't grind like me, dog. I don't give a fuck who you interview on this camera. Nobody can say they do what I do it with, and how I do it. Ain't no managers, ain't no A&Rs, ain't nobody making phone calls, ain't no dope boy giving me money to fund my shit, ain't no white boy speaking for me. Everything I do, I went to MTV, had a meeting, 2 weeks later they playing my video. Off my meeting, not me bringing no, you know what I mean, no big wigs, none of that shit. No cosigns, I don't hang with no famous rappers, I don't do no dick eating, no sweating no niggas, I just run my shit.
Speaking of famous rappers, Joe, do you got a crew or something like that who you running with? Like?
Yeah, you see that on my hand, TN, Top Notch, that's my own crew. That's deep in the rap, that's everything right there. And then you see West Side of my hood. But TN, that's my company, Top Notch, that's something I put together. And we doing
Who's on that label? Besides you?
I own that shit by myself. What we trying to do now is we trying to get a crazy situation. Like, that's another thing I did. I put my CD in stores by myself too. I mean, niggas you gonna interview, everybody pressing their little mixtapes, but I got my shit at Best Buy, Target, all that shit on my own, FYE on my own. You know what I mean? You gotta respect shit like that, real shit. Like, no help, no none of that shit. My own bread, all that. But we looking for the best situation, man. I work hard. I got on TV, radio, and all this without no label, so I need a label to take me to a different level. And it gotta be something crazy. I really wanna get.
So you're not taking those. So safe to say, you're not taking those 360 deals.
I done turned down deals that a lot of these niggas would diss they fucking.
Was it 360 deals?
I've been offered deals that wasn't 360 deals. You know what I'm saying? Before the 360 deals got famous. You know, when I first started going out to Miami, I was going out there with Steven Rollins. Google him for the niggas that's listening. 50 million records sold. He from Brooklyn, New York, moved to Miami about 15 years ago. He do Enrique Iglesias, Lil Wayne, all types of Celine Dion, all types of motherfuckers. And he pulled me straight off the block. He saw me on the internet, fuck with me, pulled me straight off the block, offered me 6 figures, blah, 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 blah. Wasn't a situation I was comfortable with, I turned it down. Not because I'm so rich, but because I know my worth. So a lot of niggas ain't gonna turn down, you know what 6 figures is, whether it was 100,000 or 500,000, you know it's 6 figures, and I turned that shit down. I turned down a couple deals, I done had meetings with everybody, and not every meeting, I'm saying that they offered me something, but every meeting been a good meeting lately. Because the hard part is getting these motherfuckers to know you. And everybody I meet know me, man. I mean, the love I get from the legends, man. Like, Raekwon was just in my city, man. We go to see him. This nigga like, yo, I'm a fan. Like, Raekwon, that's one of my favorite rappers. You know what I mean? CeeLo from Goody Mob just was in Philly hanging out with me. Like, he rode around with me like he a pop star, big as he is. I had CeeLo and Big Gift from Goody Mob. We running to go get cheese sticks and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Was that in South Philly?
Yeah, I had him in South Philly on some unplanned shit. Like, so it was like, you know, everybody I see, you know, the niggas be showing me love from the industry niggas. And that mean a lot to me because they not doing it because I fuck with so-and-so or because I'm signed to this nigga. They doing it because they like, damn, I see homie everywhere. And niggas know that. Just in New York alone, like, the Bronx, Harlem, I'm